Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your girl Dom, back with another Forex trading strategy video. It is Saturday, September 3rd, and I just wanted to go ahead and do a quick video for you guys. That way it can be all done and ready to go tomorrow before the market opens. We are going to be looking at a couple of things today, like always. One, we're going to be looking at the news, what's going on with all the currencies in the world, what kind of things can we expect that will, add some volatility to the market. Two, we're going to be looking at what's going on with the US dollar. Three, we're going to take a look at last week's pair, see how that did. And lastly, we're going to be looking at a new pair, trying to formulate a strategy and hopefully find some areas that we can take advantage of. As you guys know, I am a swing trader, so I look for swing highs and swing lows. Those are major U-turns in the market. So we're going to go ahead and first jump into this news. Monday, we have, let's see, pretty light up 9.30 for the Australian dollar. We have their cash rate statement, so that's going to add some major volatility for that, for anything paired with the Australian dollar. Tuesday, let's see, for the US dollar, we have PMIs. Those are just data points just to see how the economy is doing. Also for the US dollar, we have GDP. That's going to be big. Wednesday, also for the pound, we have their monetary report coming out. For the Canadian dollar, we also have a cash rate. We also have a rate statement, so we can see if they're going to be doing any interest rates or anything like that. We have PMIs for the Canadian dollar. For the US dollar, we have an FOMC speaker that's going to be taking place at 8 o'clock. For the Australian dollar, again, we have Governor Lowe speaking, so that could add some volatility to the market. Thursday, we have a couple of things that are coming. For the euro, we have their refinancing rate statements, also monetary policies. They have a press conference, and then for the United States, we have Powell speaking. That's going to add some major volatility to the market. Friday, we got the economic summit. For the euro, for the Canadian dollar, we have the employment change, the unemployment rates. For the US dollar, we have another FOMC member speaking. And yeah, I think on Sunday the 11th, we have a bank holiday, if I'm not mistaken. Also for Monday, and I kind of skipped over this, we have, for the Canadian dollar, there's a bank holiday, and then also for the United States, there's also a bank holiday. So we might not see that much movement just because all the financial institutions will be closed. So we can that's going to be something that's going to happen on Monday. So now we're going to go ahead and jump into the chart from last week. We're going to take a look at the US dollar, and we're going to look at it on the daily time frame just to see where we were going. So this is our most current fib sequence that we're going off of, I guess February of 2021. And as you guys can see, that's like the most recent lowest low. So that's why we're starting there. And on our fib sequence, 1, 2, 3, 4. From last week's video, this was the last fib sequence that we were on, and as you guys can see, it's no longer colored in. That means this fib sequence has finished. So the D extension was at 13,177, and you guys can see on this one we had a high of 13,196. So yeah, this fib definitely finished. And then this circle right here, this was where price was last week when I did my video. So as you guys can see, we did have some upward movement. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the 4 hours just to see what's going on. We had a shallow retracement, a slight pullback before we continued upwards. So overall, the US dollar is still bullish. and we can get a closer look at what was going on with that fib. So this was the fib sequence that we were looking at last week. This is where price was, and like I said, we did have this double bottom here. Price came to the 786 level. We just barely missed the 86.0 level. And so with that being said, I told you guys that we can expect price to hit at least a 13,185. And if I drop my line here, we can see price definitely rose above that. So that's why this is no longer covered in. So this fib sequence is done. So, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and change this color just so I don't get myself confused. Perfect. So now, moving forward, we just need to see, are we going to come back and retest this 4-hour support zone, or are we going to continue up? Yeah, so we have a double bottom. This is where price was. We finished that D extension. Now we just need a new wave to form. So we have our A, our B. We're looking for a new C, and C is going to be the deepest retracement between the A-B boundary. So it is going to pull back. I just don't know how far it's going to pull back, and then we're going to continue up to the D extension if the US dollar is still bullish. So that is that. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at last week's pair, which was the Aussie New Zealand dollar. And I know this looks kind of confusing, but I had a bunch of trend lines drawn here just to see when the trend was going to break. But I'm going to go ahead and remove those. Overall, this was the movement projection that I made. I said it would come back down before going up, and I expect it to come down to touch this trend line before continuing up, because on our most current fib, well, this fib is almost being taken out, because we have our A, B. This is our C currently, but it might push lower than our A. Might take out that A and continue down to this trend line before going back up. Our target, our overall target, is going to be within this pink rectangle here, and that's anywhere between the 1.13188 and the 1.14052. So again, I expect price to keep moving down, retest this trend line before going back up to this pink rectangle if everything stays the way it is. Remember, we do have some major reports coming out for the Australian dollar coming this week, so we'll see what's going to happen. Next, we're going to look at our new pair, try to get some strategies going to see what we can take advantage of, and it's actually going to be the EURCAD. Yeah, the EURCAD, and I haven't charted this up on this account, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to fast forward, that way you guys don't have to sit and watch the whole thing, but I will be highlighting the most key levels. And again, I'm looking for swing highs and swing lows, and let me show you what that looks like. So swing highs are major turning points in the market. So swing high would be something like this. We have one high center candle, two candles to the left that are lower, two candles to the right that are lower. This 5 candle formation would be considered a swing high. Now, a swing low would be the opposite of that, and that would be something like this. We have a low center candle, 2 candles to the left that are higher, 2 candles to the right that are higher. This is a 5 candle formation. This would be considered a swing low. This would be considered a swing high. So those are the major points that I'm looking at when I am marking up my charts. Those are going to be my entry points, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and chart this out. So now I have my trend lines in, and right away you can see that this is going down. So I am bearish on the EURCAD. Because look at this. Well, typically this one's actually in the wrong area. When you're drawing your trend lines, you want to start over. You're going to pull it out, pull all the way down until you get your first touch. Do not go through candles. You have to count the wick, because at one point that's where price was. So, and the reason why I go from here, because you want to take your trend line to the lowest or the highest point in the trend. And my lowest point would be right here, but right there I can see this is where the trend was broken and it started to go up. So if I wanted to do that, I would go from here for an uptrend, keep going until I got my first touch, which would be here, and you see it's going down. But when you have multiple trend lines like that, it gets a little confusing. So now we're going to drop our fib so we can see where we are in the most recent fib cycle. So that fib got taken out. This fib was taken out. This is our new fib, and this is on the monthly time frame. So on a monthly level, we can see on an A to B move, C is the highest point in the retracement, which is these two areas right here. So with that being said, we got that 618 level, so we can expect price to at some point come down here to the 1618 level, unless something catastrophic happens with the currency and all of a sudden, you know, euro starts going up, it gets some strong momentum. So on a daily time frame, you know what? No, let me be consistent. On a weekly time frame, let's see where we are. Okay, that fib got taken out. This is where we are. So we got some new information here. On a weekly time frame, on an A to B move, price retraced to the 786 level. We're just short of the 860 level. Let me show you. See, price didn't get there. So we got the 786 level. So that being said, we can expect price to at least come down here to the 127. And again, this is on the weekly time frame. Now, on the daily, I actually called this play out in my group, and I saw that I projected that price would come to a certain point and then make a U-turn, and that's what happened. So on my daily time frame, I went from the highest high, because if I went from here, it would have got taken out here. So I started from here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fib levels here. So I projected that since we hit this 127 level, I projected that it would make a U-turn somewhere between this area, which it did, it made a U-turn here on Thursday, and that's actually when I got in. So I made quite a bit of money off of this move right here, which was 360 pips. So that was a nice move. So now what I'm expecting price to do is come back down, retest some of these levels, because as you see on that move upwards, we got that trend line touch. So now I'm expecting it to go back down again, retest some of these zones, probably push up at least to a 382 on the daily time frame. So maybe somewhere in here. Let me change the color. Maybe somewhere in here. But the euro has a lot going on, so I'm not sure how that's going to happen. But let's see on the weekly time frame. Let's see what's going on. On the 4 hour, let's see. Price would have, fib would have got taken out here because it went back up. I'm gonna take it from here. You know, I'll try from here anyway. Nope, got taken out. All right, so on the 4 hour time frame, you see we didn't even get a retracement at all. Price just kept pushing down. It was sideways here, pushed down, came back into the zone, and it's still sideways. But look at this formation right here. Boom, 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 boom. That's a crown pattern. Crown pattern is a reversal. It's a bearish reversal. So I'm thinking price is going to come down, especially since we already had that trend line touch. I think for the next week, we can expect price to come down. Now before doing so, let's see what's going to happen on the 1 hour. Move this one. At some point, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So I'm thinking price is going to come back here, and maybe it might fiddle, move sideways, come back down, and might retest right here. But I think overall this is a bearish move. I'm bearish on the EURCAD, so I'm thinking it's going to go down. Now if I wanted to enter this trade right now, this is a pretty bad spot. I would have to wait for it to test this zone right here. I would wait for a pullback, so another retracement, like a little small one, probably somewhere up in here, before I got short again, because I know at some point it's going to touch this. We're going to get a reaction, and it might go up, or it might continue down. But I'm thinking, just how everything else is going in waves, I'm thinking it's going to come back up a little bit for a shallow retracement, and then it's going to slam down. That's what I'm thinking. So if I wanted to enter this play, I would probably come down to, you can see, even right here, boom, 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 boom. It's crowned all over the place. I would wait for another retracement to find a good entry point. So on the 15, I'm thinking price will hit a U-turn. Somewhere in here, and I'm gonna change the color. I'm thinking price is going to do a U-turn in here, come back up probably to this level here. Let me just do this. I'm thinking price is going to come here, reverse, come back in here somewhere before ultimately coming down. So you could get in when price gets here, but if price does go up, you're gonna be caught in drawdown. So I would just wait for a nice high price and then get in short. So that has been my strategy on the EURCAD. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will take another look at this next Sunday just to see how this currency pair moved, and just to see if, you know, our predictions were correct. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just do this because I'm bored. I have nothing else to do on a Saturday night. But yeah, I will be back. We'll see you again next Saturday or Sunday, depending on when I get my video out. And yeah, like, subscribe if you took the trade and you made some money off of it, or if you took any one of my other trades in the past, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. So that has been my EURCAD strategy. So that has been my EURCAD strategy trade. So that has been my EURCAD trade strategy. If you did take this trade, or if you're planning on, So that has been my EURCAD trading strategy. We're waiting for a price to come down and retest that support zone, possibly get a slight pullback, and then we're going to go ahead and get short. And remember, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just do these videos because I have nothing else to do on a Saturday night and I'm bored. So if you guys enjoyed this video, in all seriousness, let me know. Like, share, and subscribe if you felt like this video did help you out in some way, shape, or form. I will see you guys next week on my next video, where we will review how this currency pair went. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.